Yo, episode 7. You know, I'm getting kind of a natural at this recording thing. I also got the tripod set up in a way that's just like, just get in the car, put the phone on, roll. Ooh, it is hot. It is hot today. You know, in Atlanta, when it's in the summer, they call it Hot Atlanta, and for good reason. It is 95 today. Whew. And I'm not gonna lie, the sun like already drains you. When you're dieting down, it's even worse because you like already are running on like low energy, and then it's hot as shit, and you're just fried. Like, I literally just was outside. My company has a fire rooftop that we work out of, and I was there for like 5 minutes, and I swear I almost fell asleep. It is so hot. But plan for today: legs. You know, one mistake I see people make a lot in programming their splits is that they have a hamstring day and a quad day. Why do you have 2 different days for both like important parts of your bottom half? Like, when you're programming a split, like, people make this mistake all the time. When you're programming a split, all you need to do is ensure that you're hitting each muscle group at least twice a week. If you have a hamstring day and a quad day, you're only hitting your hammies once a week, your quads once a week, not satisfying that requirement. So when you're programming your splits, make sure you're hitting each muscle group at least twice a week. So enough of the hamstring days, enough of the quad days, just hit leg days. And then, I've said this before, but your leg days do not need to be any different. Like, exercise selection, keep it the same. I mean, like, if you want to switch it up, you want to have fun, you can do that. But, I mean, if like, that's what you like. But at the end of the day, leg curls are solid for your hamstrings. Leg extensions are solid for your quads. Do a leg press. Do a extension or SLDL or RDL, and you're straight. So, how do you assess if you've programmed a good leg day? Let's start there. When you're programming your leg days, make sure you're doing one hip hinge movement for your hamstrings. Actually, no. When you're programming your leg days, make sure you're doing a hinge movement and a pressing movement. That's like pretty much it. That's all you need for your quads. And then for your hamstrings, some sort of curl and some sort of extension. Those 4 things are all you need to hit a solid leg day. And then don't forget your adductors, don't forget your calves. And you're straight. One thing that I've noticed, and this is from personal experience, I used to be 300 pounds. Yeah, 300 pounds. I'm now weighing 160. But the point I'm trying to make here is that when you're that heavy, your calves naturally get worked just from like having to support your body weight. And so my calves are like, I guess, naturally bigger. So I don't really work my calves. I'd rather save training volume for my quads and hamstrings, especially like in a dieting context where I'm kind of fatigued. I want to make sure that there's some fire ass cars here. I want to make sure that, you know, like the reps that I'm putting towards my lift are going to good use and not just fatiguing me. Dude, what the heck? I'm telling you, it's an everyday occurrence. I find a new way. Atlanta drivers find a new way every day to piss me off. straight up like truck in the middle of the parking lot, like blocking all of traffic. What are we doing, dog? Found. Ooh, I love when the parking spot has a little bit of shade, like under the trees. It's perfect. Boom. Okay. So today's leg day. We talk a lot about programming, but when you're programming your leg day, like I said, you do not need a hamstring day and a quad day. Just keep it to your leg day, but keep one leg day where you start out with your hamstrings, another one where you start off with your quads. These aren't like really focused, but this way you're ensuring that at the start of your session, when you have the most energy, one day you're giving to your hamstrings, one day you're giving to your quads. That's all you need to do. But plan for me, I am gonna slam my pre-workout meal. Today's concoction, same as yesterday. Oreo Puff cereal, Elevate Churro Cream of Rice, but the mix-in was not PB Fit. Muscle Sport Monster Cookie Protein Powder. I don't know what it is about protein companies, but Muscle Sport, Flavor Gang, like Rise, like those are my favorite companies. They just find a way to make protein like dessert. Like I straight up get to eat dessert every day for pre-workout. I was looking forward to this all day. I'm gonna slam this. See y'all inside for the leg day. Okay, full transparency. Fell asleep in the car like 20 minutes, but then had to put the skull cap on and get inside. But we're gonna start with quads today. We did the hamstrings the last leg day, so that's the only type of focus we're doing. But we're gonna move on to leg press. Okay, let's start with the warm up. You know, I will say, I feel like people will take warm ups a little too seriously. Like you don't need to warm up for every set. This is our first set of the day, so we're gonna get a proper warm up. Also, ankle socks don't get enough love, man. Let's start wearing ankle socks. Real men wear ankle socks. Ooh. I like that stretch. Okay, I think we're warm enough. Napping in the car. 95 degrees. Do the working set. New angle. Let's get it. One more. Oh. That was a good rep. One more. see if this gets a better view of my placement. I want to talk through that. Make sure your legs aren't all the way up here or all the way down here on a leg press. I'm going to make sure they're nice and even. Honestly, a little more biased towards keeping your toes as the main pushing point here because you want to push your quad and your hamstring. Make sure you're driving through the balls of your feet. Drive through the balls. All right. Let's focus up. Two more. One more. That's enough pressing. Let's extend. All right. Pressing done. Leg extension next. Dude, getting this machine set up is like a workout of its own. I think we're good. Trying to go for 6 here. What's up, Jay? All right. I'm glad to see strength didn't go away. I told you, you can't make decisions off of one lift. It's got to be a couple of sessions of decline to assume you lost strength. You know what? We might even go for 7 on this one. Let's go for 7. We got it. Okay. Told you, 7. That was burned. Burning me up. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, that was good. I gotta wipe the seat down after that one. Oh, hamstring. No commentary. Good set. Okay, let's actually get the hamstrings this time. I was on the. I realized I was way too low. Hopefully this works. Ooh. Oh. There's only one right angle for this one. The sussiest machine in here. Is this a sus machine? Or is it abductor a sus machine? I don't know. We'll see. Either way there. Good pump. Yeah. God. Ooh. Ooh. That felt good. That was hard. I just realized how high pitched my voice sounds in these, so I'm gonna purposely try to make it deeper for the rest of this. Just when you're tired, man. You're just tired, you know? Alright, let's get this. Let's get this. The set, and then a burner set. Should be solid. Decided to pose down today. Also, see, this is why real men wear ankle socks. You guys get to see the calves on these. Real men wear ankle socks. Good set. Abductors, and we're out of here. Maybe pose down before. No face, pose down. If you really want to check out the quadriceps. Should we try one of these? That looks good. Let's get closer. Looks good. Okay, abductors. One more. Just make sure they're TikTok friendly. Okay. Let's get out of here. Whew. I'm not gonna lie, it was way too hot to film the post-up discussion in the sun in the parking lot at the gym. So I was like, you know what? I gotta go back to the office to grind anyways. Let me just film this in the parking lot, the parking garage. But I wanted to do a post-up discussion because I think the biggest thing that came out of today, we didn't lose strength on the week that we took off for the tat. And the reason why I say that's the biggest takeaway is because often we make changes really quickly. And that's something I've been learning too. Like, one week, you know, your lifts might not be as strong. You might not be feeling as good. And you might think like, oh shit, like you're gonna start spiraling like, oh, is it I need to have more carbs pre-workout, or is it because I didn't have sleep, or is it because there's so many other variables that go into your performance day to day, both in and out of the gym. Like, people talk about cortisol, and people talk about how leptin and ghrelin and all these other things that are going on in your body affect your performance. You can't control for everything all the time. You can't optimize for optimality. All you can do is be consistent and stay as consistent as possible in your routine, which is why it's important to establish a routine where you can maintain a level of consistency. Now, what do I mean by that? Basically, I knew what I was going to hit for legs today. I knew I was going to have 50 grams of carbs going in, and I was going to have my 7 hours of sleep that I had last night. Now, there's so many other things that I can try and control for and try and think about, but at one point, you got to stop majoring in the minors. And that goes for anything in and out of the gym. There's so many things that we can control for, and there's so many things that we can try and optimize and just, you know, I'm going to do this the best way possible. I'm going to get this outcome. I'm going to achieve this, do that. You can't always optimize for optimality. You can only do what your day allows for and what the other variables that are going on allow for. You can only control so many things. So why stress out? Why try to control things that are out of your control? And this goes for people too. You can't control everybody. You can't control everyone's reactions. You can only control how you respond to people. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed, oh my God, I'm dripping in sweat. But if you're feeling overwhelmed and feeling anxious, feeling stressed out, stop majoring in the minors and control the controllables. That goes for people and things. Find a routine you can be consistent in. Find a set of responsibilities that you can focus on and just do that. Just do your job. Once you do that, everything else will fall into place. Now, what does that mean for me in the lift? That means the week that we took off, I assessed my strength. I tracked that. Last leg day on Saturday, last lower day, last Saturday, for example, leg extension, I only did 190 for 6 reps. And I was like, oh shit, that's much lower than the 230 I did for 8 reps the week before. But now look at today, 230 for 7, top set. Does that mean I lost strength or I gained strength all of a sudden? No. All that means is today's variables were more in check. And then, if that progresses week to week, then I know I didn't lose strength. But let's say today I was back at 190. And then next week I was back at 190. Then I can assume, okay, I maybe lost some strength. But that's the importance of tracking, staying consistent, and controlling the controllables. That's all it is. Now, I don't know how many people are going to watch this, but I hope that message gets out there. Because so many people stress and worry about other things and other people that are out of their control when they could really eliminate a lot of that additional stress and just put that mental kind of work and pressure on focusing on themselves. So that's today's ball knowledge, and that's today's applying the gym outside of the gym. But I will see y'all. Maybe I'll bring you along for a grocery restock tomorrow. It's a rest day. Maybe that's ideal. But we shall see. I'm sweating my ass off. I'm going to go inside and finish up some work. But I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.